So how's everyone doing? We're doing good? Where's my fellow Americans at? Woo! Where you guys from, American land? Washington, D.C. Let me ask you a question, Washington, D.C. See, there's a lot of people from different places. They're very confused up here. And Coventry people are very confused. I thought they said Seattle. But you don't talk like that. Sorry. I can't do the English accent. You know, I'm an American. So Washington, D.C., let me ask you this. Do you believe my accent? No. Fair enough. I mean, I thought it was pretty good, but obviously can't fool the Americans. I was just trying to be cool. That's all. Just trying to be cool, fit in with you guys. Stroke each other's guns or whatever. You know, it's fine. I mean, because I am Irish. I'm from the Midlands. J'habite dans le centre de la paix. Are there any French people in? I shouldn't be translating. Oh, there are French people in. Which, of course, is French sheep for bad. Bonjour, ça va? Yeah, okay. I am a professional comedian. Je suis une nincompoop professionnelle. I think that's the correct pronunciation for it. Although I didn't say pronunciation properly. But nobody picked up on it until I pointed it out. For the purposes of everybody here. Yes, I live in a house. No, I live... I don't know where you live. I come from my mother's womb, like many of you, unless you're test tube babies or imaginary. I come from a place called Offaly. Has anyone ever heard of Offaly? That's perfect enthusiasm for Offaly. That's all Offaly really deserves in the enthusiasm scale. Yeah, I come from a place called Burr, and yes, it is very cold. It's terrible. Offaly is an awful place. I don't know. I think if you ever want to see Offaly, it's best viewed as a blur in your peripheral vision as you speed very fast in your car out of the county. If you roll your windows down, you'll hear the depression on the breeze, though. You just hear a, oh no! We don't like living here! Oh, we're depressed! I'm prepubescent! It seems. We're just standing and running after cars. It's awful. Ice cream is hot and salty. Cows are even depressed awfully. You'll often find a cow hanging from a tree or with a Japanese samurai sword in one of its stomachs. Poor cows, like, you know, normal cows go moo, but Offaly cows go moo. There's a very subtle difference. But I'm not a culture. I'm not a country boy, really. I'm from a town. And I don't know, for foreign people visiting, the difference between a culture and a townie, it's a very subtle linguistic difference where a townie will say, let's go to that thing over there. And someone from the country would say, let's go to that thing over there. So slight variations. And my name is Edwin Sammon, which is my actual real name. A lot of people think it's a stage name that I came up with. A lot of very silly, stupid people think it's a stage name. Like, I sat down with a blank piece of paper and thought, what can I call myself for comedic purposes? Jimmy Trout? No. Bernard Soul? No, there's a Longford player in Leitrim called Bernard Soul. I know, I'll go with Edwin Sammon. Because when people hear my name, I want them to go, what's that? Some sort of funny Protestant fish man. Well, let's go see him. Like a weird superhero with all the powers of not believing in transubstantiation. Quite a few people know what that is. Y'all know what that is, yeah? Coventry, do you know what transubstantiation is? No. Well, I'll explain to you. It's a very subtle difference between the Catholic and Protestant religions, where Catholics believe that Jesus came into town riding on a scooter, playing a banjo, and the Protestants believe that he came in on a little Honda Civic, eating a ham sandwich. And there's those subtle differences cause a hell of a hullabaloo, especially up the north. Troubly troubles, as we call them. But Offaly is kind of, we've been hit very, very bad by the recession in Offaly. We're still trying to recover from it. And like recently, in my hometown of Burr, where it's very cold, people have been trying to do stuff to help the local businesses because it's been terrible. A bunch of lads tried to organise a town-wide sponsored walk, but unfortunately, when they got the cards back from the printers, there was a misprint, and they all said sponsored wank. So they ran back to get them reprinted. But the place had closed down because the recession's just that fast. And they couldn't get their money back. So in the end, we had no choice but to go ahead with it. It was an awkward night at the town hall that night. Awkward, sweaty, salty night. Everyone got a really good look at their feet. And it was one of those 24-hour sponsored ones. So a couple of the elderly residents didn't quite make it. God bless them. We're having a wake later on upstairs. But we do a lot of things in Offaly to get through the depression. And by things, of course, I mean drugs. And sir, what's your favourite drug?
I don't do drugs.
Very good answer. If you had said something straight away, I would be very worried about you. I did ask someone who's sitting right here, what's your favourite drug?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms, straight away. No hesitation at all. That's why, that explains... that explains a lot. The pink shirt, the pink suspenders. Yeah, I look perfectly normal. Yeah. You're wearing this, you go, whoa! Because I asked someone here before, sitting at the front, and he thought for a second, he went, cocaine. Which was good, because he was suitably ashamed of the fact that cocaine. Yeah, with a lot of drugs. We had, of course, drugs were legal here for 72 hours. I thought it was 48 hours. But it was funny, because ecstasy, there was like ecstasy parties happening on a Tuesday night because of the loophole. And it's a weird thing, because it's like having a sale on something. You know, it's only available for this short amount of time. You've got to take it. You know, if it was anything, if it was, you know, rotten bananas, you'd never go, oh, geez, rotten bananas are on sale for 48 hours. I better buy them and make banana bread all night. You know, when you limit it, people want it even more. It's like, because you can't buy alcohol in this country after 10 o'clock. Because the government just want you having any fun. But like buying more alcohol for later on in the night, that's never a before 10 o'clock decision. You're never gonna, that's a 10:30, 11 o'clock, 11:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, that's when you don't do it before 10 o'clock, but that's forcing people. We only have this limited window. The sale is on booze, we have to buy booze. I don't know, it makes no sense. But in this country, I don't know how you feel about drugs. I think they're great. You know, especially if you're at a music festival, because it's the perfect time to take drugs at a music festival, because you assume everyone else is on drugs. The main problem with taking drugs is when you take drugs, a lot of the time you have to act normal and like you're not on drugs, which takes all the fun out of being on drugs. When you're on drugs, you have to be yes, I'm having a conversation with you. Eye contact is important. And listening. Oh, sorry, I'm talking over you. I shouldn't really be saying all of this out loud. Do I know you at all? Oh, we do. You're my father. Oh, well. That explains the resemblance. Right. Well, what I love about drugs is when people are on drugs, they're always trying to pretend that they're not really on the drug that they're on. and they're not being affected by it, and then they just look like they're on even stronger drugs. Especially like even when people are drunk, and that's the legal drug. Like it's okay to be drunk. When people are drunk, they're always trying to convince you of just not how drunk they are, and how it's not. And they're arguing with you for no reason. You mightn't even know them, and they'll just be going, no, wait a minute, no, excuse me. I'm not really that drunk at all. I'm really not. Really, I'm not. Excuse me. Excuse me very much. All that I have had to drink, all I have had is 2 small boxes of wine. If I was a Frenchman, I'd be going back to work. I better go back to work. Slurring my speech? What? How dare you? No. Excuse me now. I'm not slurring my speech. I think I've had a stroke. I think I've had a stroke localized entirely around my mouth. Hello. Excuse me. How dare no go away. It's a stroke is what it is. I should go to the hospital. I'll be fine, I'll drink through it. That's what we do. We have such a problem in this country. They try and help us. The drinkaware.ie people who try and curb our excessive drinking, they're worried about us. They came up with a slogan, which is the perfect slogan for any country except Ireland. Their slogan is, the best pace to drink at is your own. Which is just terrible advice. Especially if you're a raging alcoholic. Or even a mild-mannered one. Sipping raspberry daiquiris in a hammock. Excuse me. I haven't done what to say. Could you put your umbrella on the other side? I got it before and it was on this side and I couldn't remove it. And it's just, what? Oh, now I get it. You rotate. Martin, rotate it. Martin, excuse me. Martin, you're standing there with your arms folded. Oh, this is a picture. Hello. So that's how it goes at the time. Oh, hello. I don't know. Cocaine is a popular drug amongst the wanker fraternity. I don't know if people cocaine doesn't make sense in this country to do cocaine. It doesn't make sense in this country we can't buy alcohol after 10 o'clock, do cocaine, because we tend to use cocaine like a sort of a super Red Bull, so we can stay awake and drink more alcohol and die, which we call the crack, which is very different to your normal crack. Your American crack now is very dangerous, but Irish crack is, I think, even more dangerous, because Irish crack can only be found at certain times, like when everything's closed. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and then the search for the Irish crack will happen, and people go, where's the crack, what's going on, where's the crack, what are we doing, we're going to James's house, yeah, okay, everyone taxis, come on, we're going to James's got the crack. Excuse me, there's crack at James's. Sorry, I had air in my cheeks. But it's terrible, and personally I like smoking marijuana from time to time. I think it's a perfectly fine, safe, innocuous drug. There's no There's nothing really negative about it, really. It's good. But you do get a little bit paranoid, and the paranoia comes from the fact that you're stoned, nobody else gives a shit, but you think that they all know that you're stoned and they're judging you with their eyes and mouths and faces. And you're like, I was stoned by myself at a bus stop. There was no one else around. Do you think I'd be fine? But in my head, I'm having this internal monologue because I had a little bit of weed in my bag, and I'm standing across from a cop shop. We sell cops here. And in my head, I'm trying to calm myself down. I'm going, "You're fine. You're grand. You're just a regular dude. You're just a regular dude relaxing at a bus stop. There you go. You're very relaxed. You're maybe a little too relaxed. You're bent over now. You're so relaxed. You're like a fucking teapot. What's going on? Pretend you're looking for something on the ground. You found it. Who are you showing it to? There's nobody here. Where's the bus? Oh, thank fuck. Oh God. I don't know. I suppose the strongest drug I ever tried was I did acid with a friend of mine because I had a hell of a bad week and I wanted to cheer myself up. No, beside my friend, we took acid and we went for a walk around my local area. My room. We did laps in the bed. It was fine. Put on some pink suspenders and everything was fine. No, we went to my local. There's like a nice castle grounds and everything, and we walked around. And but we didn't time it right. We got our timing completely fucked up because we took the acid and then 40 minutes later I realized we had to ask for 2 tickets to get into the place. Just 2 tickets, please. Those 3 words became almost impossible. And I was standing there going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I looked at my friend to see how she was. She was just going, ooh, it's all sticky. I was like, okay, there's no wall there. That's not a good sign. It's fine, okay, alright, okay. And I did weird, like you do weird stuff. Like I went into the toilet, to the bathrooms, and I took a picture of my face on my phone, and I'm zooming into my eyes, going, there's a mirror right there. I'm going, but I don't trust that guy. Excuse you. So I was going, oh god, here we go. And I'm like calming myself down, and I'm having this internal argument. I'm going, you're fine, you're grand, you're just a regular dude, you're moving your head a bit weird, that's strange. Now it's kind of calmer, but it's like a chicken, you're like a piece of chicken. Like some sort of ninja chicken about to strike. Don't widen your eyes so much. Normal eyes, normal mouth, here we go. Just 2 tickets, 2, you're just a regular guy. No problem at all. I walked up and just went, 2 normal people, please. Thank you very much. I said we were normal. Nobody on drugs would describe themselves as not normal. I don't know why you're so small. Because you don't even exist. I could have done that. And instead I went there. She's actually the same height. But anyway. Oh, and it's like, I mean, it's okay. I think marijuana is a nice drug because you can have a problem with marijuana and it's fine. You know, if you have a problem with that drug, it's okay. Like you can have a problem with alcohol and you're going, I think I have a problem with alcohol. My heart's beating irregularly. I have no feeling on the right side of my body. So I think I might have a problem, you know, I think so. Or if you have a problem with cocaine, it's like, my septum is bleeding. I have no joy in my heart anymore. And I'm very angry. You know, that's a problem. But like, I realized I had a problem with marijuana, that I was using it too much, and I had to step away when I couldn't decipher whether I was genuinely enjoying Top Gear or ironically enjoying it. I just couldn't, I was like, I can't tell. I can't tell anymore. No. Go away. Go on, right. America, how are you? Good evening, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm a Protestant fishman. Have you heard? That's not how that works. Have you heard the traditional Irish music that we're so famous for in this country? Yeah. What do you think of it? It's good, isn't it? Is it a bit sort of, does it put you on edge a little bit? Because I think for someone hearing it for the first time, it must sound like the sort of Tourette's syndrome of world music. It's just sort of a, hit the bottom, hold the bottom, well, it's a bit, yo! It's a bit out of that. I mean, it's very inclusive because you do have lads shouting "yo," who obviously have no musical talent. They can't shake a tambourine in time or anything. But you're really drunk. I am, and I want to get involved with this musical scene. So you can't play an instrument. No, that's all. I can't even click my fingers. Can you shout? Yeah. Yo! How's that? Yeah. You're in, you know. It's obviously a brand of music that's, come up by alcoholics invented. You know, because only the spoons, only an instrument like the spoons could be invented by alcoholic musicians. Only an alcoholic musician would look in a cutlery drawer and go, I'm going to force them to make music. Yo! We used to have these singers in the 90s that were these kind of wavy voice singers that I miss. They used to sing, all their albums seem to be recorded at mid-stroke, it seems. Because they had the I never knew true love till Mary shaved my thighs on a boat in Nova Scotia where I'll die. They're always dying very far away from Ireland as well. I have 2 weeks to live. Jesus, I better book that ticket to Nova Scotia. If I die in London, it'll be a laughing stock. I don't know where that singing style came from. My personal theory is that somebody inherited a recording studio, and then on the same day, in a skip, found a bunch of those exercise machines from the 1980s that were just a big elastic band. I don't know what the concept behind them quite was, that they'd strap you into it and you just sort of shake your fit, shake yourself thin. And they'd strap him in, press record. And when I went down to the fair, Mary had no hair down there. It was a Brazilian, but she wasn't from the country. So I couldn't trust her with my eggs. I'm very protective of her eggs. I guess, love is a great topic for songs, but I don't quite like love songs that much. I don't know, I always find that, because you hear these phrases in love songs that don't make any sense to me, like, I love you forever and a day is pop. I think John Bon Jovi came up with that one. He's not upstairs. In case you want to complain. You're John Bon! Mr. Jovi, please. Like, I love you forever and a day. What the fuck does that mean? I love you for an infinite amount of time, plus an additional 24 hours on top of that, just to be sure. But like, if you take that literally, it means I love you until you die. At the removal, I will continue to love you. But by the time the funeral comes along, I've moved on with my life. Forever and a day, baby. You knew the doom we got into this thing. What, do you want to bury her? Okay, just give me a few more minutes of taunting. Give me that Catholic taunting stick. You're laughing at me, taunting a dead woman. It's Irish, not real. I may as well be just raping a unicorn or something. Anyway, again, not real. Somebody's like, oh, the poor unicorn. If it existed, it would be very annoying. And then they have stuff like, we make love all night long. Who? Who does that? Who makes love all night long? Where are these insomniac, nymphomaniac people? Who does that? That's not realistic. On a work night, when you got a school run, 8 hours of lovemaking? No. But then I suppose a realistic lyric wouldn't really be as catchy. We make love for an acceptable period of time. 20 minutes, baby. And it's always like, because love is lovely and all, but it's really terrifying, especially when you're first going out with someone for the first time, and the first time you make love to someone is just terrifying because you don't know, you've got a new dance partner and you're stepping on her feet and you don't know what's going on and you shouldn't even be near her feet really at this stage. There's a very particular fetish that comes out later. But you're in there and you're trying to get going and she's going, what the fuck are you doing with your elbows? They're neither a sexual tool nor a erogenous zone. And when they sing about it in these songs, they're so confident. Like you hear these 70s soul singers. making love for the first time. It's like, we're gonna make love for the first time. I'm gonna know instinctively what you like. I'm gonna ask you a single question. I'll even get it in the very first time. There's gonna be a lot of awkward probing. And eventually I'll give up and say, just grab and put it in. You know, that's not really... I can work that into a song. That's reality. But I'd love to hear a realistic love song. In fact, I've written one. A love song that encapsulates all the sort of terror and uncertainty of romance. Ask her out, see how it goes. She could be as desperate as you are. Ask her out, see what it brings. Probably rejection, but maybe romantic things. Thank you. The single will be released on Monday. Available to download into your brains. Do you know, I never wanted to be a comedian, but unfortunately I was born with an upside down head. And a silly name. So I really didn't have any choice in the matter. I wanted to be an actor, but I don't think I could ever be as good as my favourite actor of all time, so that's why I never even tried. My favourite actor of all time is Sean Connery. I think Sean Connery is the greatest actor ever lived. Such charisma, so much acting talent. He was so good an actor that he managed to convince everyone that he was various nationalities from around the world without ever changing his very deep Scottish accent. You know, he just wandered into a film like Highlander and go, I am a Spanish immortal! And everyone just went, yes, yes you are. Absolutely, no doubt in my mind. What's your name? My name is Juan Villalobos Ramirez. I'm actually Egyptian. I just grew up in the Spanish court. I noticed a little twang to it. It has been flavoured by our many travels. Yes. They never explain his accent. Even when he plays a dragon in Dragonheart, he's like, I am a dragon. But I'm smoking a cigar. Oh, watch out. Everyone's going, yes, you are a dragon. Are you from any particular part of the world? No, just a regular dragon. Dragony, they call me. I haven't watched that movie. But like, his best role was The Hunt for Red October, where he's perfectly cast as a Russian submarine commander. He's even got the furry hat and everything. And like everyone else, the whole boat is just covered with Russian seamen. And he comes in. Aha! I planted that there to see how classy an audience you were. Not very classy at all. 17.5% classiness. But it's okay. But he comes in, they're all Russian, and he comes in and makes a big speech to them all at the start of the movie. Comrades! Once again, we play our game of chess with our old enemy, the American Navy. You know, this reminds me of the days of Sputnik and Yuri Gagarin. I remember growing up in Vladivostok as a young Russian boy, dreaming of one day having my own furry hat and leading a big boat of seamen. Oh, come on now, you're classier than that. You're Russian sailors, for Christ's sake. So, here we go again. Russia. He even speaks Russian at one point, which really confused everybody. Like, I don't understand why at least two of those guys on the ship on the boat, should freak the fuck out and go to one corner in a conspiratorial way, you know, in a mutinous type way. Dimitri, I noticed something strange about Captain. Yes, Vladimir, I noticed it too. He talked with perfect cut-glass British spy accent. Yes, or non-specific dragon. Yes. But not Russian like you and me, Kiblicky Boo. You blinky blue. I don't know what I'm saying. I am a drunk Russian man. Excuse me. But I am a little bit drunk and I am French. For no apparent reason. You're a nincompoop. I am French too. Perhaps we're both double or perhaps a triple adjunct. Your accent is completely unbelievable. Even as a Frenchman. You have derailed this whole thing. And I demanded that you get back to it. Where are you from now? I don't know what I do. You're getting too drunk. I will explain the thing I've noticed as well. I noticed his accent is weird, but do you notice something even stranger than that? What is it? I will tell you. How come we are speaking Russian, sometimes French, sometimes incomprehensible, in English? No subtitles. What is going on? Oh, you're breaking fourth wall to me. The whole movie just dissolves like sugar and tea. As I realise they're in a film. And Sean Connery escapes into the only accent he can pull off. A Dutch coffee shop owner. Same accent, just pluralise everything. Welcome to my shop. Get yourself some space cakes. Quite a Dutch brush for you guys. Anyway, no time to talk about my cock. But rest assured, it keeps the hens in line. But my name is Edwin Sammon, and will be still after I leave here. So you can follow me on Twitter if you want, or you can follow me on the street. A safe distance, keeping on upwind at all times. I don't really tweet that much unless I have very overripe fruit that's about to go off. In which case I will say, hey, tweet if you want a peach. I will, I promise you. So, I broke the microphone. So I'm going to go behind here because that's where I'm living now. Things are going really well for me. I'm going to hand you back to Conor Glitchy, who is sneaking through the crowd like a velociraptor. Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. And here he comes now. Thanks very much for listening. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the brilliant Edwin Sammon.